In 424 BC, as a response to the Athenian harassments of the Peloponnese from Pylos and Cythera following the Battle of Pylos, the Spartan general Brasidas was granted permission to lead an army northwards to launch an attack on Athenian territories in Thrace. Brasidas assembled an army consisting of 700 helots armed as hoplites and 1,000 mercenary hoplites from the Peloponnese near Corinth. After successfully thwarting an Athenian attempt to seize Megara, Brasidas led his army through Thessaly and joined forces with Perdiccas II of Macedon, one of Sparta's allies in the north. In late August, the Brasidians arrived at and captured Acanthus on the Chalcidice. In early December 424, Brasidas embarked on his primary objective, Amphipolis. During the winter of 424 to 423 BC, while the Battle of Delium was taking place, Brasidas laid siege to Amphipolis, an Athenian colony situated in Thrace along the Strymon River. The city's defense was led by Athenian general Euclid, who urgently sought assistance from Thucydides, a renowned historian at that time and a general himself, stationed at Thasos with a fleet of 7 Athenian ships. In an attempt to capture the city before Thucydides could arrive, Brasidas made an offer to the residents of Amphipolis. He allowed those who wished to remain to keep their belongings and provided safe passage for those who desired to leave. Despite Euclid's objections, Amphipolis ultimately surrendered. Coincidentally, Thucydides reached the nearby port of Ion on the very day the city fell, and successfully defended it with the help of those who had evacuated from Amphipolis. Meanwhile, Brasidas forged alliances with additional Thracian towns and launched attacks on neighboring settlements like Tyrone. The Athenians grew apprehensive that their other allies might swiftly surrender if Brasidas extended favorable terms of peace to them, just as he had done with the Amphipolitans. Thucydides, who chronicled the capture of Amphipolis in his renowned work, History of the Peloponnesian War, is often held partially or entirely accountable for the city's downfall. Some perceive his actions as a display of gross negligence, although he maintained that he was unable to arrive in time to save Amphipolis. Subsequently, he was summoned back to Athens, where he faced trial and was ultimately exiled. Following the fall of the city, Athens and Sparta entered into an armistice agreement. Athens aimed to strengthen its defenses by fortifying additional towns in anticipation of future attacks from Brasidas, while the Spartans hoped that Athens would finally release the prisoners captured during the Battle of Sphacteria in 425 BC. As per the terms of the truce, both sides were to remain within their respective territories and maintain their current holdings. The armistice was set to last for a duration of 1 year. However, during the ongoing negotiations, Brasidas seized control of Seone and refused to return it upon learning about the treaty. In response, the Athenian leader Cleon dispatched a force to reclaim Seone, disregarding the terms of the armistice. When the armistice ended, Cleon arrived in Thrace with a force of ships, hoplites, and cavalry, along with many other troops from Athens' allies. He recaptured Tyrone and Seone. At Tyrone, The Spartan commander Pasitelius was taken captive back to Athens. Cleon then took up position at Ion, while Brasidas took his position at Certolion, a nearby elevated settlement on the other side of the Strymon, also Latinized as Cerdilium. Brasidas had about hoplites and cavalry, plus some other troops in Amphipolis, but he did not feel that he could defeat Cleon in a pitched battle. Brasidas then moved his forces back into Amphipolis and prepared to attack. When Cleon realized an attack was coming, and being reluctant to fight before expected reinforcements arrived, he began to retreat. The retreat was badly arranged, and Brasidas attacked boldly against a disorganized enemy. In the rout that followed, Brasidas was mortally injured, although the Athenians did not realize it. Cleon was also killed when he was attacked by troops under the Spartan commander Clearidas. The entire Athenian army fled back to Ion, although about of them were killed before they reached the port. Only 7 soldiers were killed on the Spartan side. Brasidas experienced the joy of victory before his passing, and his remains were laid to rest with great honor in the Agora area of Amphipolis. The people of Amphipolis revered him as a hero, establishing games and annual tributes in his name. They even credited him as the city's founder, demolishing the structures built by Hagnon the Athenian and eradicating any remnants of his legacy. Following the battle, both the Athenians and Spartans were reluctant to prolong the war, particularly due to the hawkish stance of Cleon from Athens. As a result, the Peace of Nisches was ratified in 421 BC. However, this treaty was eventually violated. Thucydides, who had failed to safeguard Amphipolis, was subsequently exiled, marking the end of his direct involvement in the war.